information, access markets, as well as we enable them to be credit scored, especially those who are in farmer cooperatives, to be able to access financial services, such as access to loans and access to credit from different companies. As well, we are also working to be able to enable digitization of farmer cooperatives. For instance, in major crop exports, for instance, Kenya is one of the leading exporters in avocado, coffee, tea, and the challenge is most of these farmers don't get the value to their pockets.
Right.
And the challenge is because most of these farmers are not directly linked to financial services. They don't keep records of their farms, and that's now where we come in to bridge the gap to help these farmers access this solution and have a credit scoring to be able to access finance. Remember, majority of Kenyans are farmers.
Yes.
Farming is the biggest employer in the country.
Okay.
And the saddest thing is also the poorest people in Kenya are farmers.
Is that so?
Yes.
Because it's funny you've mentioned avocados.
Yes.
And I understand from Kenya to the UK, for instance,
yes,
an avocado from just, because I think I'm planning to know avocado at maybe say 40 bob around there, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Yes.
But by the time it gets to the UK,
yeah,
it's actually going for even 500 bob a piece.
Yes.
So are you guys helping the farmers here in Kenya get a value of that 500 shilling that is actually being used out there?
Yes, no, you know, now this takes a process. It's not something that will happen overnight. First of all, there's different reasons why farmers are paid differently.
Okay.
You find before a farmer reaches the market, there's a broker in the way. And this broker is the one who dictates the price.
Okay.
You see, and it's not the market. You get? So when a broker dictates the price, the farmer will be forced to take whatever they have.
Right.
We can take the perspective of milk. You can go to potatoes. The same thing happens. For instance, farmers' avocados are sold at 8 shillings, 15 shillings at maximum. And the best paying companies pay maximum at 30 shillings for avocados.
Right.
But you find when you go abroad, the avocado can be sold at even 400 shillings or 500 shillings a piece. So this is a challenge that is caused by the way there's relaying of information, first of all, to the market, from the farmer to the market, because most of these farmers don't lack the information. They know there's that. And then secondly, there's also issues of farmer knowledge.
Right.
So sometimes quality issues bring such a challenge where you find farmers don't produce that quality that can be able to guarantee the market. But at the same time, you find majority of the farmers, even if they have quality, because some don't have information due to that mix-up, they don't actually get the value of their farming. The biggest also problem is caused because majority of the farmers in Kenya are small scale. Small scale means I cannot carry my produce and take it to the market because it will not be viable for me. So farmers need to be educated. Farmers need to access platforms that can be able to enable, bridge that gap.
Such as yours now?
Yes.
Okay. Now we understand their businesses. Let's look at our question of the day as we get you talking with us via our various social media handles and WhatsApp as well. What makes business incubation work? Have you had your business incubated? Ama wewe ni wale watu unamkanga unajipata uko na thao moja na unaingia biashara. Let us know what makes business incubation work, and especially if you have been through that process, or indeed if you want to be taken through that process, let us know your thoughts on it. Engineer, let me now come back to you. I mean, we're an engineer, but here you are in a totally different line of work.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, so my background is energy engineering. So I did energy engineering for 5 years. That is in Kenyatta University. Yeah, and in between I started my business.
Right.
The business I was doing then is not what I'm doing now. I was doing renewable energy and specifically portable biogas systems.
All right.
So for prefabricated biogas systems means the problem we were solving then is that farmers were incurring a very high cost to install biogas systems in their homes because it would cost 80, 90,000 up to 150,000. But they still need that biogas to cook and to do lighting in their homes.
Right.
Yeah, so we came up with a biogas system which was made out of plastic, recyclable plastic, so that we could now help to reduce the cost by half.
Okay.
Yeah, but still it was still a challenge because the farmers could not still afford the 50% off. It was still high for them. So that's when now we started now talking to the farmers. They said that if we could have come up with a way that we could have pay for this prefabricated biogas pole, then they are good, then we could go for them. So that's now where this other idea was born, together with my co-founder. It's called Richard.
Right.
So that's where now the whole idea now was born. Like, can we come up with a system that helps low and middle income afford essential goods and services, not only now the biogas, because you find that there are so many other essential goods and services that people need to have in order to achieve their goals.
Right.
Yeah.
So your business was born out of your other business that you were doing due to your educational background, and one thing literally led to another.
Yeah, sure. So it was more of a spin-off from the main business idea.
Are you still doing the other business, the biogas business?
No. So once now we settled now on this other new on the platform and looked at it at a broader perspective, we decided now to shelf the other one because it was more narrow. So we now got into how can we bring a more interactive and a more robust system. Okay. So now we shifted now from the biogas now into the flex pay part.
So how did you come about now the incubation center at Kenyatta University? Obviously, you're a student there, but did it ever hit you? Because I was a student at Kenyatta University. Fortunately or unfortunately, I left before the incubation center was constructed. But did you, because it's just next to the gate, so every time you're going home, unaona hapa kuna opportunity, by the way.
There's something happening.
Ndio ukaingia ndani. All right?
Okay, yeah. So basically, the incubation center didn't actually start with a big building. It started with a very small room with, I think, 3 or 4 of us in 3 companies. And it now evolved to the big Chandaria that you're seeing today.
Right.
But basically what happened, there was a call for ideas that they just do through the billboards and through the class reps, saying if you have a business idea, then come in, then we'll help you with the mentorship and all that kind of what happens in an incubation center. Okay. So it was more of them passing the word out there. And the good thing is that they were not only inviting students to the incubation center, they're also inviting even the public. So even if
someone from outside can actually. So this is not a KU thing.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah. So when now people applied, the space now became small because the 3-4 companies could not fit in the small room. Right. So that's why there was now a need now to build a bigger center. At a bigger center. Yes.
All right. Yeah. And for you, Steve, did you were you or are you a student at Kenyatta University?
Yes, I just recently graduated from KU.
Good stuff.
Yes, but I joined when I was in second year. Okay. That's when I joined the
Ulisomea nini huko KU?
I studied computer science. I am a computer science personally.
All right.
But initially I was doing energy engineering like him. But I think
kwa hivyo ni engineer, tuanze kuita engineer hapa sasa.
Okay. I am a software engineer.
All right.
Yeah. So basically those things Chandaria has a website online.
All right.
So I think part of our course, as you are saying, when you pass through that gate, you always see there's an incubation center, and it's about innovation. So the most attractive word is actually innovation.
All right.
So when you come up with some good idea, so you think, how can I grow it using this center? So we went online, and then it is up. You can be able to apply online. It's I think part of the rules is 30%. Is led to the public, but 70% is for KU students. So even you can join them.
As an alumni.
Yes, as an alumni.
I will think about it. But I want to get into the process of incubation. Yes. So you get into the building. What do you do? Do you just say, guys, I have an idea here. I want to start selling chicken. You guys help me out. And then they tell you, okay, come, here's the money. What happens?
So first of all, you have to be innovative. It's not just an idea. Okay, you have to have an idea first. But the idea has to be innovative. You see, you cannot say I want to sell maybe what you cannot recycle. You see, you cannot say I want to sell mutumba. You see, and then you go that. So you have to have something that is kind of innovative. Right. Something that is kind of or an innovative way of doing an old thing. So innovative is not only new ideas, but it's also doing old things in a better way.
different way,
In
yes.
a different way, in a better way. So once you have such an idea, then you can be able to go online to the Chandaria website. It's a KU. If you go to the KU website, you can be able to find a link
There's
for
a
the
link, okay.
incubation center.
Right.
And then when you find that link, then you can be able to now apply online. So after you apply online, you can wait for 30 days and or 3 months that they can get
For your application to be considered.
Yes, because there is a board that has to sit, and then they have to consider the applications on key thematic areas.
Right.
But the core of it must be innovation.
Okay.
You must be innovation. So part of the challenges, and that's why these centers are so nice, is because they have to consider the challenges and where our country is.
Okay.
Our
So the challenges that you're addressing
Yes,
with
yeah.
your business idea.
Your business idea, and actually the challenges that even the country is facing. You
Okay.
see, for instance, like they have to face, for instance, in manufacturing, people are more in manufacturing, people who are provide solutions in healthcare, people who are trying to enable people to access some financial challenges, basically.
Right.
Agriculture is a sector. So when you have in such key thematic areas, the chances of being taken are higher.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to be innovative, and it has to be a business that is viable.
Right.
But sometimes you can have an idea that is very promising, and now that's where the incubation process assists you.
Right.
So after that, they'll call you. You have to face a panel where you have to defend
Yes.
your idea. When you have defended that idea, then they give you some time, but you are now put into a pre-incubation process. So the pre-incubation process is a period of maybe 1 to 3 months,
Okay.
whereby you are given a coach, is probably a lecturer from the faculty where you are aligned
your
to.
idea,
For
yes.
instance, I am a software engineer.
Right.
So I'd get somebody from the School of Engineering, and at the same time I get somebody from the School of Agriculture to be able to help me, and
Integrate
then
these
somebody
two
from
ideas.
business, yes,
Yes.
and somebody from the School of Business to help me make a business case out of
Okay.
my solution.
All right.
Yes, but the most important thing is you to have the idea,
Okay.
and they have to vision.
Engineer, what this other engineer is saying is quite interesting in this sense, because if you look at what he has said, you present the idea.
Sure.
Then, you're given a couple of experts, these lecturers, they're experts and they know what they're doing. These are people who understand the business aspect, the agriculture aspect, and so on and so on, the computer aspect of what he's mentioned. So does it mean that, is it an intimidating process? Will I meet, a professor, mtu kama Professor Magoha, aanze kuniambia hiyo idea yako is useless, it's stupid, take it back and go think about it. Is it an intimidating process?
Yes and no at the same time, because you'll be intimidated if you don't actually understand what you are looking to build. Yeah, because at the end of the day, before you start on an idea, you first have to ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Is it that I just woke up and said, I have passion, I have resources, let me do this? Or is it that you found that there's a need in the market? Did you first look at the customer first and understood, there's a gap here, then I need to craft something? Or is it that there was a new technology just came out yesterday, and you said, I want to build a product around this technology, not understanding really if people want to use that technology?
Right.
Yeah, but just going back to how to get into the incubation center, yeah, you first have to refine yourself, because you have to face a panel.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you must first have like what we call a pitch deck.
Okay.
A pitch deck is whereby you just arrange your ideas, your problem, your solution, your market in just a few slides, 6, 7 slides, so that when you present the slides, they can be able now to critique and get into the nitty-gritties, just to see if you really understand what you're talking about. But the most basic thing,
right,
you also have to have a team. Because one-man show in business mostly does not work.
But when you say a team, like a partner?
Yeah, like a partner. Yeah.
There's some words. There's some words you've used there in describing the process of going to the incubation center, refining ideas, organizing your ideas, and facing a panel. Now, for someone who's watching there from, say, I don't know, Githurai, or Mwihoko, you know, they might be thinking, sasa hii ni ya watu kwanza wamesema unaenda university. So do you have to have a certain level of education maybe for you to take your idea to that incubation center? Because you see, when someone hears Chandaria iko ndani ya university, so wanasema hapo lazima kuwe na degree ama at least diploma. Or is it even if my grandmother who is uneducated, if she has an idea, she can actually take it to Chandaria and it the incubation center, and it will actually go through?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's not about you have to be educated to be in the Chandaria center. Yeah, it's all about the product or the service that you're looking to offer. Provided there is a market out there and the market is growing, and you have some experience, maybe even if you are not very much experienced, it's something you have some kind of background doing, then you will be accepted in the incubation, because the criteria being used is when this person comes into the incubation center.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all about the impact that they create out there and how sustainable how they can be able to sustain their business out of the profits or the revenues that they're able to make. So it's not a university thing, being that is.
So I don't have to come there with, because you know, both of you have said or degree in computer science, or degree in engineering, where kuna mtu anataka hapo mtaani aseme hii si yangu. So it's open to anyone.
Yeah, like there are business people who are making very basic products. They are like products out of eggshells, just crushing the eggshells and extracting some nutrients and packaging that. You see, that's a very basic thing that happens in the day-to-day, but how do you do it in a scalable way and package it in a way that customers can buy?
All right. Steve, at least he has demystified the fact that we don't need to be magwiji wa masomo. What about, will it cost me anything to come to the incubation center to say, to bring my idea? For example, is there any kind of registration fee? Is there any capital, so to speak? I come with my idea, na nimesha kuja na pesa. I just want you guys to help me actualize this. Or is everything taken care of when I come to the incubation?
So first of all, when you go to an incubation center, there are key things that probably drive you to go there. It is free to join, but of course there's an agreement you have to sign to most of them. It varies from one incubation center to the other. But for instance, in our case, you have to sign an agreement, and you have to yield some stake to the incubation center for the process that is there. You see, people, if you give people something for free, they might take it for granted. You see, and maybe I can come there and then I don't do anything. You see,
right?
But I have an office, or maybe so. They have to take a stake of the company. They have to see that you have the passion, and at the same time, as he has said, as my colleague has said, it has to be sustainable and scalable. That is very important. So when you go there, once they have evaluated all that, then you can have, you give some stake. It's not that much, I think around 10% to the institution.
Yes,
to the incubation. That is Kenyatta University. And after that, now you have a renewable agreement after yearly you have
depending on the period that this incubation will take place.
Yes, and depending on your business.
Right.
The good thing is they understand your business. Once they have understood that, that will be the major driving of the growth of your business and how they are going to work with you there. So the way, maybe if you've got the center assist you to get maybe some funding,
right? Then
they have some small stake that can
so they actually do assist me to go out there and get the money. If it's like in your case, if it's you said agriculture helping farmers and so on and so forth, they go out there and partner you with other people as well who have similar interests to see how they can bring money to the project. So
normally what happens in most businesses, if I go and open my office in say in town, the first person I'll get is a Kanjo, the second person I'll get is a different. So it will be even difficult for me to bring an investor from somewhere far to believe in me, you see. But when you are in an incubation center, you find, first of all, you have association with a university, known brands. Even big companies come to partner with it.
Okay.
So they give you an opportunity, and it is easier now for an investor to be able to reach you from such a center.
Okay. We're taking a short break right now, but don't forget our question of the day. And we asked you, if indeed you've been in this process, let us know what your thoughts are on this one. What makes business incubation work? If you also want to get into this, I'm sure you do have questions. Let us know what you're thinking on WhatsApp. Let's check out WhatsApp as we're taking that break. Hello, how do you access the incubation online? All right, thank you very much for that one. We shall definitely let you know. But they said check out the Kenyatta University website. You will find the incubation link somewhere there. It's under the Manu Chandaria Business Center, right?
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, we're taking a short break. We'll be right back.